This is Igbo Area TV.
Senate orders removal of roadblocks in Southeast. The Senate on Thursday last week asked the Nigerian police and other security agencies to dismantle multiple roadblocks mounted along major highways in Southeast geopolitical zone. The upper chamber mandated its committee on works to take a tour of federal roads in the zone to ensure compliance with the directive without further delay. The resolution followed adopting a motion presented by the senator representing Abia North, Mao Ohuabunwa, on matter of urgent national importance. Ohuabunwa said the proliferation of roadblocks in the area was affecting the free flow of people, goods, and services in the zone. He wondered why multiple roadblocks would be mounted in an area that does not necessarily need them. According to him, the roadblocks are seen by the people as instrument of intimidation and harassment. Senator Victor Ume, Anambra Central, who seconded the motion, said the roadblocks have become a huge embarrassment to the people of the zone. Ume said the proliferation of roadblocks in the southeast by security agencies is becoming a huge embarrassment. It's killing our businesses in the region. Our people who are business-oriented can no longer ply their trade. In the southeast, we are not in any imminent danger. I don't see the need why we should have more roadblocks in the area. Sometimes you have roadblocks in a distance of about 300 meters. Security is important, but it should not be abused. Our people are complaining and we need to correct this. Our people now spend more time on the road because of these unnecessary roadblocks. Senate President Bukola Saraki asked the Committee on Police Affairs and Army to visit the affected areas and report back to the Senate for further legislative action.
Ohaneze reconciles with Ipob as ceasefire is ordered by Ipob. The indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, has reconciled with the leadership of the Ohaneze Ndigbo after a peace meeting brokered by chairman of Igbo Leaders of Thought, ILT, Professor Ben Nwabweze, SAN. Ipob has therefore stopped all forms of verbal attacks, name-calling, or other forms of abuse against the leadership of Ohaneze Ndigbo forthwith. This was announced by the deputy leader of Ipob, Mazi Uche Mefo, in a statement made available on Saturday. The statement, entitled Brief Statement from the Office of the Deputy Leader of the Ipob, read, following an important meeting with some respectable Igbo elders, the representatives of Ipob and leadership of Ohaneze Ndigbo earlier today, July 6, 2018, in Enugu, under the distinguished chairmanship of the very eminent Professor Ben Nwabweze, Ipob High Command hereby mandate that all forms of verbal attacks and name-calling on all media platforms against Ohaneze Ndigbo cease with immediate effect. No Ipob family member should disparage Ohaneze Ndigbo or its leadership until further notice. This is strictly to give room for a number of representations and demand made by Ipob to those present at the meeting to be given due attention within the shortest possible time frame, under an atmosphere devoid of rancor. The meeting stressed, among other things, the need for our people who are presently under siege in parts of Enugu State to recognize the urgency and need to synergize and constitute a common front against all forms of threat to our existence as a people. Should this gesture by Ipob in the face of well-documented betrayal and blackmail by the political class be taken for granted, Ipob shall have no option but to stand in the gap to defend the aspirations and collective will of the people of Biafra against every enemy. Ipob, as the most potent and largest freedom-fighting outfit on earth, remains focused, determined, and resolute. Our unalloyed commitment to a referendum in pursuit of our emancipation remains sacrosanct and insurmountable.
Arraign Kanu or hand him over to British government, Ipob urges federal government. The indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, has asked the federal government to complete its current theatricals on the whereabouts of its leader, Nnamdi Kanu, by either charging him to court or handing him over to the British government. Ipob spoke in a statement signed by its media and publicity secretary, Emma Powerful, in Enugu. The statement read in part, with recent leaked intelligence on the whereabouts of our leader, widely reported on all major news platforms, exposing where the Nigerian government kept our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we expect the same Nigerian army that abducted him to charge him to court or release him to the British government. Despite the best efforts of Aso Rock propaganda unit, in concert with some lazy Igbo people, to sweep the deadly army invasion of Isiama Afaruku on September 14, 2017, that resulted in the death of 28 people under the carpet, this timely intelligence information has nailed their lies to the mast for the world to see. It is now clear to all and sundry that orchestrated sightings of our leader in Cameroon, Ghana, Niger Delta Creeks, Malaysia, London and other weird and wonderful places were lies concocted and planted in the mainstream Nigerian media to fool and confuse the public. Anambra College girls emerged finalists for Technovation World Challenge. 5 students of Regina Pass's College, Onitsha, Anambra State have emerged finalists for the Technovation World Challenge coming up in August 18 in San Francisco, United States. The girls, codenamed Team Save a Soul, comprising 5 brilliant girls, Promise Ndalue, Jessica Osita, Nwabuako Osai, Adeze Onigbo, and Vivian Okoye, developed a mobile application called FD Dictator to tackle the problem of fake pharmaceutical products in Nigeria, with Mrs. Uchenna Onwamebu Ugu as their mentor. They will be pitching their app to great investors in Silicon Valley, California. After emerging finalists during the Africa Regional Competition in Abuja, Team Save a Soul is set to compete with USA, Spain, Turkey, Uzbekistan, and China in 2018 Technovation World Pitch Junior Division on August 8 in San Francisco. According to their mentor, Mrs. Onwamebu Ugu, Director, Edufulum Technic STEM Center, Onitsha, and a Mandela Washington Fellow, this is the first time a junior Nigerian team emerged among the finalists to visit Silicon Valley. Technovation is a program of a recent A501c3 non-profit based in USA that offers girls around the world the opportunity to learn the programming skills they need to emerge as tech entrepreneurs and leaders. Every year, girls are invited to identify a problem in their communities and then challenge them to solve them by developing Android apps. 115 countries participated in the competition with over 2,000 media apps submitted. Only 12 teams from all over the world were selected as finalists who will be given the opportunity to explain their projects in form of a pitch and tell their app story in a creative way on 8th of August in USA. The girls will also be attending field trips, life-changing workshops, including a networking session during their 1-week stay in USA. Mrs. Onwamebu Uche noted that it was in January this year that she set out to teach some girls in Onitsha the skills they need to change the world with technology, and this, according to her, battered the idea to solve a very challenging problem in Nigeria, which is fake drug. She noted that the FD director, Fake Drug Dictator, helps identify fake pharmaceutical drugs in Nigeria, while the app leverages a drug's barcode to verify the authenticity and expiry date. Team Save a Soul, she said, would also partner with the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, an agency responsible for regulating drugs in Nigeria. Over 19,000 girls around the world registered to participate in Technovation 2018, building apps and starting businesses that solve problems in their communities. Since 2010, more than 10,000 girls from 78 countries participated in Technovation. With the help of volunteer mentors, they have produced mobile startups that have helped address problems in local and global communities the world over. And while each year more and more girls take up the challenge, we know that there are always more problems to solve and that there are girls from every part of the world ready to solve them. 2 of the girls, Jessica Osita and Nnalue Promise, who spoke to said they could not wait to go and conquer the world for Nigeria in the competition. They noted that the regional competition was a great eye-opener for them, while the sky would only be their starting point, even as they showered praises on the mentor and other facilitators who helped them during the training period. Governor Obiano under fire over Okada ban in Anambra State. The Joint Association of Motorcycle and Spare Parts Dealers of Nigeria, NNEWI, and Motorcycle Transport Union of Nigeria
Anambra State branch. They staged a peaceful protest in Awka, the Anambra State capital, against Governor Willie Obiano's pronouncement to ban commercial motorcycle business in Awka Capital Territory and Onitsha Commercial City. The association in Nnewi, comprising Fairly Used Motorcycle Importers Association of Nigeria, Fairly Used Motorcycle Dealers Association, Automobile Manufacturers and Importers Association, and Board of Trustees, New Auto Spare Parts Association, came down heavily on state government to reverse itself in its intention to ban Okada riders in the major towns of Awka and Onitsha with effect from July 1st, 2018. The protesters, who barricaded the entrance to Elesekweme Square, Awka, displaying placards with various inscriptions like banning Okada will deprive our citizens their means of livelihood, injustice against the poor is injustice against God. Banning Okada will throw over 500,000 people out of job. In Anambra, save our souls. Obiano, Abga is no longer our own. Among others, insisted that the governor's decision to ban Okada business in any part of Anambra, not to talk of the whole of the state, was a bad one. They reminded the governor that stakeholders in motorcycle-related business did not vote for him to do his own second tenure, only to throw thousands of them out of job. But the State Commissioner for Transport, Honorable Uchenna Okafor, who addressed the protester, told them that the government's decision to ban Okada in Awka and Onitsha on July 1 was irreversible, that it was taken in good faith. He said that government noticed that criminals still attacked their victims in a guerrilla style in some of the cities in the state, which, he said, informed the decision of the state government to act because the state has zero tolerance to criminality as a responsible government. That it is done for the overriding interest of our people. It is just in Awka and Onitsha alone, not the entire Anambra state. July 1 will stand. There is no going back, but we can still be discussing while the entire thing goes on. We are not closing our doors for discussions. Ebonyi indigents in Anambra reject new Abakaliki Street. The Ebonyi Welfare Association, an umbrella body of indigents of Ebonyi State resident in Anambra State, has rejected a new street designated Abakaliki Street after the previous one was renamed by the Anambra State government 2 months ago. The renaming of former Abakaliki Street in Awka, Anambra State to Club Street has sparked a major row between the Anambra and Ebonyi governments, causing the Ebonyi State Assembly to threaten renaming all monuments in the state named after Anambra if the decision was not reversed. Although the Anambra State government has planned that it changed the name to depict the activities going in the street, saying that it had designated another choice street as Abakaliki Street. This move has also been rejected by Ebonyi indigents in Anambra. The group, led by Chief Cletus Nwofia, in a press briefing said, "We will not accept any other street other than the one we registered and have been paying renewal for since 2003. The group also distanced itself from a group identified as Ebonyi indigents in Anambra, who were said to have commended Governor Willie Obiano for renaming the street and mapping out another street to be named after Abakaliki. We, the Registered Association of Ebonyans in Anambra State, want to state categorically that we stand by the resolutions of the Ebonyi State House of Assembly, which mandated the Anambra State government to restore the status quo by renaming the street to what it was before. For now, the matter is beyond what we can handle. Our state governor and state assembly have taken over the matter, and we shall abide by whatever comes out of it. We tried on our own to settle the matter amicably here in Anambra State, but were not given the attention by the state government." The group said they are not ready to accept another street in the state to be renamed Abakaliki Street, adding that Anambra State government has consistently made efforts to take the street away from them. "We know the governor as a peace-loving governor, and that was why all Ebonyans stood behind him in his second-term bid. During the last election, we met with him at the governor's lodge and gave him our support. We were well organized in this state. We don't want anything to jeopardize our relationship with Anambra State government," they said. Thanks for listening to Igbo Area TV. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates. You can also visit our Facebook page and like the page. You can join our Facebook group, Igbo Area TV. God bless you and bye for now.